All right, hey there, this is Dr. Barnes and Dr. Vivian, and we just want to take a couple minutes to explain why when you come into our office, it oftentimes feels like we're running a daycare here with the number of kids that we see here in the office. So one of the big things that's a newer concept for a lot of people that enter our office is that an overwhelming majority of families choose to use, the two of us as really their primary care doctors for not only themselves as the parents, but ultimately for their kids as well. And really the big things is that chiropractic has been, used on children and used for children and young people for as long as it's been around. And the benefits really are quite amazing. So when our parents are getting their kids adjusted, they'll frequently tell us that they notice that they might have used to get a lot of ear infections, but now they don't get ear infections as much anymore. They notice their digestions are better. They might be going to the bathroom easier, or sometimes they were having extreme difficulties. Decreased bedwetting. Another common one is that their focus and their concentration improves, so they find that their school, and performance gets a lot better. I'd say one of the bigger ones is that they notice that their kids don't get sick as often. Their immune systems are a lot stronger, or even if they do, get a little under the weather, that they bounce back and they recover a lot faster than they did before chiropractic. And then just really some kind of basic things is that they notice their kids' posture improves, especially when they've been in front of a computer for online learning all the time, or tablets or phones, because we just don't want to see that become their normal postures, being hunched over. And finally, they also notice a decrease in their growing pains as well.
And also, you may have noticed a lot of babies getting adjusted. And that's really important to make note of, because in the first year of life, just think about everything that has changed. Their spine is going to grow 50% in that first year. That's more than any other time they will ever be alive. They're also going to develop 65% of all of their neurological abilities. So you really want to do that with a spine that has zero interference in it. Because let's be honest, even if you have the most beautiful birth, it was probably still a little traumatic for that baby. So we want to make sure that the baby is thriving and then just living its very best life. And I know Dr. Barnes just mentioned a lot of amazing benefits of chiropractic care. Sleep is also another amazing thing that parents will always tell us that they notice an improvement in their kids. And let's be honest, if your kid is sleeping better, then you're sleeping better. So it's a win for everyone. In addition to all those changes that happen in the first year of life, just think about how many times kids fall before the age of 5. I think the statistics say that before the age of 5, they'll fall 5,000 times. Could you imagine if we fell 5,000 times in 5 years? And then also just think about with sports and how many injuries and the practices, those all do take a toll on the body. So you want to make sure that they're living their very best life with a spine that has zero interference in it. And whenever we're adjusting a child or an infant or even a newborn baby, the adjustments are so gentle and safe and effective. And also, whenever we're looking at something big like scoliosis, that is something that we have found personally that you can only find on an x-ray. We have kids who come in and their postures look normal. And I will tell you, we are really good at analyzing people's posture. It's what we do all day long. And we looked at them and they had normal posture, but when we took an x-ray, they were developing scoliosis. And that is something that is very serious that will 100% affect them for the rest of their life. And it is progressive, meaning it gets worse each year without treatment. So we really want to make sure that we are analyzing your children and making sure that we are giving them the best blueprint for the rest of their life. And that starts with chiropractic care.
So when you look at the care that we provide in our office and really the opportunity that we provide for them, it's a stark contrast to what we see really out in the traditional medical system. And we really think that there's a very critical reason for that, and why it's so important is that when you look at the stats on the health of our children in our country, they're really terrible. We're now seeing that autism is reaching up to 1 in 20 or even higher rates for that. ADD is skyrocketing. Pediatric cancer is actually the leading cause of death now for children under the age of 12, and that didn't used to be that way even just a couple of decades ago. So children's health, unfortunately, has gotten dramatically worse over the last couple of generations, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better whatsoever. So oftentimes when you want to have different results than what everybody else is getting, that's why you have to do things that are very different than what everybody else is doing. And that's what we provide here in the office for your family and for your children. My kids have been adjusted since they were born. They've never had ear infections. They've never been sick for more than just a very short amount of time, and they bounce back very quickly. They've never been to a pediatrician, had antibiotics, any kind of medication in their body whatsoever. And so although that is, sounds maybe a little bit crazy, that is absolutely possible for your family, for your kids too. And we would love the opportunity to discuss more with how we can help serve you in that manner as well. Next time you're in the office, you can ask us more about that, and we'd love just to connect with you and figure out how we can take care of your kids and really just make the whole family as healthy as possible. We'll see you soon.